What up, everybody? It's your man Danelle, aka Small Guy Promotions, aka Omaha Fatty, coming with another podcast episode of What's Up, Omaha? You know what it is, man. Trying to stay consistent with these podcasts every Sunday. I hope you guys are enjoying them. Uh, you know, Go ahead and want to get it out of the way and say if you do enjoy and you're watching on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button at any time. Please share. If you're listening to the audio podcast, thank you so much. You can share that as well. We're all over the place. I say we're because I have guests, sometimes. But the podcast is all over the place. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Radio Public, Castbox, Google Podcasts. There's so many different platforms, iHeartRadio. So, please share and thank you for your continued support and just for, you know, spending your time on me and tuning in to listen to what I have to say and what my guests have to say. And the whole goal of the podcast has always been to reach more people and try to grow and try to bring awareness to what my guests are doing, whatever it is, whether they're a business owner or an artist. I just enjoy talking and having a platform, even if no one listens, even if two people listen or whatever it is. I still enjoy doing it. Um, you know, it, it's not a burden on me. I actually wish I could do it more. I probably could do it more, but I want to keep it fresh and I don't want to have a lot of these just ones where it's just me speaking to you guys and not having a guest. But these individual podcasts are important as well because uh, it allows me to take time. Like my wife and kids are not home right now. Um, and my wife she doesn't even really listen to the podcast. So I don't know if she'll listen or see this one or what, but a big part of this podcast is dedicated to my wife, Mitzi, um, because today, well, not today, but in a few days, October 29th, we will be married for 15 years. I was just saying to her yesterday that there's so many people celebrating their anniversaries, like, and a lot of 15-year ones going on right now that I've seen on social media. On Facebook and maybe I've seen some on Twitter too. They were probably predominantly on Facebook, but congratulations to all those couples and whatnot. But yeah, I definitely want to take a minute to say to Mitzi on this platform, using my platform to say thank you for sticking with me for so long and dealing with me. I know I'm not the most uh, you know, I don't know. I'm not the easiest person to deal with at times. I'm like, I'm a, I'm a, I'm territorial. I don't really like people around me, like in my home setting and stuff, and she has to deal with that. And uh, I'm a grumpy person sometimes, and stuff that most of you don't see all the time, but my friends know. You guys only see what we put out there on these platforms, but I try to be honest and transparent and say, hey man, everybody has a bad day, and or not a bad day because I say I don't have bad days, but you have bad moments, and I'm not perfect by any stretch of the meaning, and uh, you know I struggle like everyone else struggles, and I have things that I like a particular way, and if it's not that way, sometimes I get kind of grumpy about it. She has to deal with that because she's around all day, uh, especially now. With me working from home, I'm always at home. So if she's ever at home, I'm here, and we have never really had like a lot of arguing going on in our relationship. Don't get it twisted. We've had issues. As I just said, I'm nowhere near perfect. You know, I, you know, it's a marriage. It's two people, two different people uh, coexisting in a small space at some points, and just being able to overcome all the challenges and be strong enough to withstand whatever uh, bad stuff comes your way. I credit a lot of it to my wife. I don't touch on it a lot, but I've been a compulsive gambler in our history together, and uh, even before we were married. And it's kind of crazy because like financially, like we're responsible with money overall, and I'm cheap. Like I don't like to spend a lot of money on stuff, so it's crazy that I spent thousands of dollars gambling in the past, like over 10 years ago. Uh, or actually maybe not 10 years. It's been about 9 years since the last time that I gambled. Uh, but, but like it never was really necessarily just like a money thing. It was just a like a winning thing, like not liking to lose. So that it's a weird thing. That's a bad thing. And you know, I have an addictive personality in some instances where like if I can't get something, like I'm fixated on it until I like figure it out. Or if it's like a game or something, I can't stop playing it. Or even if it's like if you've been watching for a while, I've always been like my nickname is Omaha Fatty. I don't want to say struggled with weight because I've never really like been like, oh, I have to lose weight. But I've always been bigger than I would like to be. Um, but when I was competing in tournaments for jujitsu, uh, I was already training before, and I was still like heavier than I wanted to be, and it wasn't a big deal because I wasn't competing. But then when I made the decision to compete, man, I went hard. Like, and she probably thought I was crazy at some points. I remember we went to a tournament in Minnesota last year, and like, I didn't take a scale with me. I don't know. The hotel that we stayed in didn't have a scale, and I wasn't sure how much I weighed. Like, I weighed myself when we set up the venue, when we were putting all the mats and everything down. I weighed myself, and I was like, "Ooh, I need to lose a little bit more." So when we went out to dinner that night, like I ate a salad with like no dressing, and her and the girls were eating like whatever fried foods and whatever. And she was like, "That's all you're gonna eat?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, because I have a goal. I have a goal. I'm fixated on this goal, and I wanna be at this particular weight for this tournament tomorrow." Uh, and in some instances, it can be a positive thing, but in some instances, it can be a negative thing. Maybe I go a little too hard. Um, so yeah, man, just she stuck with me through all of that and just so much more. It's been 15 years, y'all. Like, and I can honestly say that if it wasn't her, I mean, if it was somebody else, we might not have made it 15 years. Like, she's got a lot to deal with, man. But it's not even been, it's crazy to think that it's been 15 years. Like, you know, we look back and we've been watching a lot of family videos recently, and the 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 way that time has passed, like it's been so fast. Like it doesn't feel like 15 years. I mean, if this is what 15 years is like, I mean, as long as I'm alive, I mean, shoot, it's gonna be 45 years before we know it, man. Like, 50 years. In the moment, sometimes it feels like it's long and it may be tough in certain situations, but overall, man, it's been way more good than there's been bad. We've got two wonderful kids. I use the term wonderful lightly. Nah, I love the kids, but they drive, kids, they drive you crazy sometimes. Um, but yeah, man, again, I like having a platform to be able to step away. It's like I've said it in the past when it's just been me. This is like my own personal journal, my diary, and I can just, come and talk about whatever I want to talk about. And being able to just spend time talking about Mitzi, uh, Yeah, I don't know, man. It's crazy, man. 15 years. 15 years. We've been through some things in 15 years, man. It's, you know, I love my wife. I love her. And it's just been fun. We may not always see eye to eye, which you're not never gonna see eye to eye on everything. But man, it's just been wonderful to have her with me, to go through this journey with her. Um, I don't know, man. It's a beautiful thing. Like just loving someone and having someone give you that same love back, and through it all, through whatever happens, like that you got somebody by your side. Like, I complain a lot. Well, you know what? I still complain, but I don't complain as much as I used to years ago. The main thing that I complain about now is just my job. Like, and she just, I know she probably gets tired of it because she loves what she does. And uh, financially, we're at a point where, like, we could get by for a bit if I just quit my job. We would be all right. The only thing is health insurance. And, money goes quick when you don't have a job. So not having that guaranteed income. Uh, but yeah, that's the main thing that I complain about nowadays. And I've even I'm trying to get better at that. And, she deals with it. She listens to it. She doesn't ever, you know, tell me to stop bitching about the job. Like, she gets it. Like, if I did just up and quit, she would probably be really upset, and it would make things tough, I'm sure. But like, I have no doubt that she would still, be there and stand by me if that's what I actually decided to do. She would just want me to have a plan of attack and not just quit the job. Like, she wants to be able to, make sure that we're not gonna, struggle or whatever. But I mean, that's like I used to complain about. I'm looking back at it, man. Dude, I didn't want to have kids. Well, and it's kind of proven to be right because of the way the world is. But back in the day, I didn't want to have kids because I was like, man, the world is so ugly. And this is 15, 20 years ago. Like, I'm like, I'm never having kids because people are nasty and ugly. And, and then you just watch the news and you see all the violence and the evil and countries going to war with one another, and like, all the stuff in your local cities and in your country, and especially now it's like super just ridiculous, all the negativity and all the hate. And this is the type of stuff I was like, these are the reasons why I don't want to have kids. She wanted at least one, and uh, we were fortunate enough to actually have two kids. And even with all the craziness of the world going on and being worried about what it's going to be in the future for them, I mean, you got climate change, you got people just shooting people for no reason, people hating people because of their color, whatever it is. Um, I still wouldn't take back having two wonderful kids, uh, and having these kids with her. I don't, yeah, I don't have as many complaints as I used to. The only thing I'm concerned about in life right now is the health of my family, and the happiness of my family, and that's it. Like, we have extended family and stuff, but of course, my core focus and responsibility is to my daughters and my wife. Um, for real, like, I don't really think I need anybody else. Glad to have other people, but I don't need anyone else. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we would be all right if it was just us. Or I would be all right. They probably wouldn't. They probably like, man, I can't stand dad. Dad get on my nerves. But yeah, man, it's just I don't complain like I used to because I made a decision at some point that I recognized that I complained a lot, and I was like, I can't just sit on the couch and complain all the time if I'm not going to do anything about it. And that's when I became. There were a lot of things at play that I credit for having me have this change in my life and just wanting to start helping people as much as possible. It's because of the way that I used to think and how, I didn't want to have kids, and how the world is ugly. People are ugly. I don't trust people. Uh, and, you know, I had to start doing positive things to do my part, and just being on the other side of all that negativity and all that violence. And I try to find a way to share happiness and joy and love. That's why there's so many reasons that I am who I am. But that's a big part of it too, because I wanted to get out and do something, and not just sit on the sidelines quiet. And she's been there through all of this stuff. Like, I know she's seen the change over the years, and I know the kids are. We don't have to worry about the kids most of the time, man. Like, they're doing right in school and everything, and we are so fortunate to have them. I don't know what life would be without those guys either. So yeah, man, that's pretty much the gist of what I wanted to say, man. Is Mitzi, if you're listening or if you watch this, I love you, baby. 15 years going strong, and we're gonna keep it going. I wouldn't want to go through it with anyone else but you. Thank you for sticking with me and supporting me, and being there when I'm putting on events. Thank you for being there with me and like helping set up and tear down. And even though it's not your thing, like you're walking the dream with me, and I appreciate it. I know I've told you that before, but man, we 15 years in. It doesn't hurt to say it more than once. Um, yeah, man, I love you. 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 I love the kids. I love you. Um, and y'all, I don't even know what we're supposed to do. We were gonna go out for the weekend. The 29th is during the week, so we're not, really doing anything then. And the following weekend is Halloween, so we're not really gonna be doing anything then. We were gonna try to go out, but we just never made a decision to go out like on a day trip or whatever, a few hours away just to get away and do something. So we just hung out. She just took the day off from work, and we just hung out most of the day, and that was it. We chilled. So here's the 15 years. I got to do something for it though. I don't, I got a few days left. I don't know. We're not really big into gift giving and stuff, but 15 years is a big deal. So I don't know. She doesn't really like jewelry. That's not her thing. So I don't know. I, I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know. I gotta figure out something. Stay tuned. I'm sure there'll be pictures or video of something. I just don't know what yet. But again, thank you guys so much for listening. And Mitzi, I love you. Thank you for riding with me all this time. And that's what it is, man. I don't know what else to say. That's it. It's just Mitzi, I love you. Happy 15th anniversary, baby. I know we've been going at it for a while, and I know we still, as they say, God willing, as long as health is not an issue, we will continue to ride this train for another 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. We young still, so we got time. Uh, Again, thank you guys for listening and watching. I appreciate you guys so much. Please, please, please hit the subscribe button. It's going to pop up here in a minute, right? It's going to pop up like right here. I'm going to put it like right here, I think. Uh, but please subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Help me grow, help the podcast grow. It's called What's Up Omaha, because I'm trying to do great things for people around this area and just share love and positivity. So that's what it is. Smile, help someone else smile, laugh and help someone else laugh all day, every day. That's what it is. Peace out, and thank y'all for tuning in once again. Yeah.